Hi, Gene Burnett from GeneBurnett.com. Hey, I want to talk a little bit again about rotation and how rotation is a value-added thing rather than a generator or an initiator if you want to keep your legs healthy, at least in my opinion. I was watching a podcast, Joe Rogan podcast, and the guest was Ron White, who was one of my favorite comedians, and he was trying to explain to Joe Rogan the appeal of golf, because Joe was like, what is golf about? I don't get that. So what Ron said is, when you hit that ball and leave nothing in your body and all that momentum is into that ball and you hit a good shot, he just said, it's the sweetest feeling. Nothing feels like it. You just want to do it again. And he said something really great, which was, it's not power all the way through the swing. It's power in the right spot, And he said it with that great accent. And my buddy Neil and I, who do a lot of pad striking work, we're both Ron White fans. And when we saw that, we were just like, yes, that is exactly what a good punch is. It's not power all the way through the motion. It's power in the right spot. And this goes for all of Tai Chi and all of sports and all of physical endeavor. The power chain consists of legs, core, and upper arms, upper body. And the movements start with momentum being generated from the legs, either up or down, side to side, or front to back, right? This way, or this way. And momentum comes after, the waist turn, rotation comes after that. Even if they're just boom, one split second after the other. Sometimes people who really get this and really know how to do it don't know that they're doing it. And what they feel is that their body turns and the punch goes. So they'll say the punch comes from the core, turn, it's all from your hips. And after this, it is. but try sitting in a chair, flat-footed, and see how hard you can hit something without any transfer of your weight up or down, just purely from rotation, and you'll see that it's not very strong. So in a typical Tai Chi movement, weight shift, I go past that 50-50 point, now the rotation is sweet and can carry through. Weight shift, then the rotation is added. So the movement doesn't start here functionally, it starts there. That momentum goes, and then when it reaches a certain sweet spot, the rotation comes and transmits it to the body. This can be up or down. A typical movement like repulse monkey. I can just turn and face this way, but if I sink here before I turn, starts it, and then the rotation is added to that. Much smoother, much more connected. On the other side of it going up, I can just turn, or I can rise first. I can rise and then add the turn to it. Just much more powerful than just turning, than just using the rotation, right? Cloud hands, side to side. I can just turn my waist, but if I push and pass the 50-50, there's that sweet spot coming up, woo, and add the rotation to it, again, much more powerful. Now you could theoretically say, or just if you're very refined and subtle about it, that maybe it does start here because your weight goes to one leg or the other, or it goes down or up. So you could say in a sense that it starts in the low belly and goes belly, foot, leg, belly, upper body, hand. But functionally, saying that it starts here gets people to move from here. And look what happens to my knees when I'm doing that. This is not a good power source, and the hip sockets are not a good root. So you want a strong root, which is your feet, and then the legs, and then this. So you could think of it subtly as ping-ponging back down and out again, if that helps you, lovely. But functionally, what I teach beginners and what I pay attention to myself most of the time is that it's rooted in that foot. That leg generates the momentum. My waist adds rotation, and that comes through. It's very simple, but if you violate that, especially if you turn too soon, if I turn too soon to initiate movement, and I see this all the time in physical movements, whether it's dance, martial arts, Tai Chi, or whatever, what happens is the knee twists. So when they're doing waist turns, their knees are twisting. This is happening. And you don't want that. You want just pistons down here. This is the rotating barrel. These are the snakes or ropes attached to the barrel, which is attached to the springs. If you turn late, it's better than turning early. Like if I did a cloud hands movement and stopped and let all my momentum completely stop, and now just turn my waist, that's okay, even though this is just 2/3 of the movement and it isn't the strong 2/3. So it's okay. I mean, you wouldn't want to get hit in the face with that, but you really wouldn't want to get hit in the face with that. Different world. So if you turn too late, like if you went all the way forward and let's see, if you went all the way forward, stopped your momentum, and then just turned your waist, at least you're not hurting yourself. It's turning too early where the twisting comes. So I just find that the more I think about rotation coming second, rotation comes later than I think. It comes later when we're punching and there's a pad there, and you're trying to get this forward weight shift, right, to time out just right with where you're going to put that rotation in it, right? So we're finding as we do that it matters down to the fraction of a second how long you hold the straight before you release the rotation. If you do it too soon, your punch hooks in and misses the target or misses the sweet spot. If you do it too late, it's just a straight linear punch with a little bit of twist at the end. If you get it just right though, this turns into that, and it has a pop to it that you're adding value to this simple shift back and forth. That's unmistakable. When you get it, it's all on the field. Nothing is in you. It's all in that pad. It's boom, and it's like wow, and it makes a certain sound, and it has a certain kind of impact. All the force in the right place. I mean, it's an ideal. It's a pad. It's not fighting, but at least it's an illustration. It's like hitting a good golf swing. When you pop that pad just right, when you have the shift ahead of the rotation a little, and the rotation is added, and then everything efficiently goes out because you've trained this kinetic pathway. It's not all bent out of shape. It's, it flows out of you. Oh, it just feels really good, and it's something that our bodies are evolved to do, to issue and to receive force and do it efficiently and injury-free and smoothly through our bodies. It's totally within our range. For people like me who are uncoordinated, not very athletic, really in their head, it took me a long time to build all these components because I wasn't talented. If you're talented, these components come to you really, really easily. I've seen little kids, just blasting wiffle balls out of their backyard fences and pitching perfect strikes and just doing all kinds of amazing physically talented things that would require me years of breaking it down into pieces and what do they do with their knees and what do they, I have to figure it out, but better late than never, right? So I turned 64 this week. Holy cow, how'd that happen? So think of rotation, if you want to try this on, as a secondary thing to pressure from the leg. Momentum is generated, right? Momentum is generated and the rotation is added to it. Momentum is generated and the rotation is added to it. Weight is momentum generated, weight is shifting, and rotation is added to it. And pow, that's how it works. It's not Western calisthenics, it's nature. It's how land creatures have to live here on Earth. So the Tai Chi of it is to find the balanced, smooth, relaxed way of doing that and really studying that moment. Because you're looking to not only be efficient and effective, but injury-free. You're looking to be in alignment with the principles of balance that nature is based on, the yin-yang circle. So you're trying to train these things efficiently, but injury-free. That means you have to respect the way gravity works, the world works, and the way your body works. So people criticize this sometimes and say, oh, it's just Western, It's like, I don't know if it's East or West. To me, it's just the way bodies work, And to me, Tai Chi is a study of that smoothness, so that the intent, the ideas in here connect through my nervous system to my muscles and bones and enable me to manifest the shapes and ways of being that help me survive and enjoy my life more and help me stay in balance and help other people stay in balance. So That's what I'm about here. I'm hoping this is helpful. If it is helpful, let me know. It's always nice to know. You can click the subscribe button and the notification button, or visit GeneBurnett.com, or leave me a tip or a donation. Any of those things are all awesome. So take care, good luck with your practice, and thanks for watching.